Good morning. This is 90 Minutes with Mathematical. This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio. We are reaching you all the way from Wasiu in Ogun State. My very special guest this morning is the Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Ogun State, Honorable Wasiu Isiaka. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
How are you, sir?
Thank God.
Well, where do we start? You have been Commissioner for Youth and Sports for a while now. How have you found sports in Ogun State? Your experience, sports in Ogun State?
Well, thank you very much. Let me start by, first of all, thank the good people of Ogun State for their support, not just for the festival, but for everything we've been doing so far, and the government in general. Well, back to the question. Well, we are part of a system, and you know, when you are a system and you are behind a captain that understands the game, and you have a well-written blueprint for you, you are not likely going to have any issue. So far so good with the way we're going with our team captain, the Governor, Prince Dakpo Abiodun. We think we are very much on track, and we are doing very well.
Is he a goal scorer, or is he a defender, or is he a goalkeeper in your setup in Ogun State? I mean the governor.
Well, your captain, of course, is something you understand very well, sir.
He doesn't have to.
Your captain is everything. Your captain, yes.
So that's fantastic. Well, so on to the topic for today's conversation. What everybody will want to know first is, how prepared is Ogun State to host 15,000 athletes? 15,000 athletes and officials. And then you have this horde of journalists and sports followers and visitors that would come to just be part of this great festival. They heard the story of 2006. They want to come back. How prepared is Ogun State?
Well, thank you. You know, yes, the event is 2 weeks away, but it started years back. And the local organizing committee was inaugurated in 2003 and 2023. And since that time, they've been working day and night to ensure that what we are talking about, what we're expecting, comes as planned. So far, so good. I think I can confidently say that we are very much on track with our preparation.
Well, that's a bit general.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk of you need tons and tons of infrastructure. During the 2006 games, 4 towns were impacted. Yeah. Ilaro, Shagam, Ijebu-Ode, and Abeokuta, and everybody could feel the vibration of development around those places. So many new facilities came up and so on and so forth. How is it this time?
Well, thank you very much. You know, when you compare 2006 and what is happening now, there are so many things, and that's the reason why anytime I discuss issues like this, I tell people that management is not static, it's dynamic. And because of maybe you use a system in 2006, you look at the situation as are now. For example, you talk of security situation. You know, when you're talking of having this kind of about 12,000 people in Nigeria of today, considering the security situation in so many towns like that, you can imagine the quantum of this thing that you need. But I think that's because of the security situation. That was the reason why the National Sport Commission came up with a strategy or a policy of ensuring that the event is held in 2 epic centers in each state. And that majorly is the reason why we are concentrating in Abeokuta and the Remo Oasis, you know. And if you look at what is happening in Abeokuta now, if you get to MKO Stadium, for example, you look at what is happening there, you go to Ijeja, you see the transformation of what has happened there. You go to other places that the event is happening. Just like you said, In 2006 that we're talking about, swimming, for example, was held in a private place, which
hotel.
is a hotel. This time around, we are having an Olympic standard state swimming pool. That we have both the woman pool and the competition pool. All of them are there. We've injected so many things, and that is where the reason why I would say that the coming festival is not just about the festival or maybe put in place to just host the visitors and leave. We are looking at the value addition, because immediately after the festival, what becomes of those things, the multiplier effect of those things in the society. Then this is a youth and sport program. We are looking at bringing something that will change the mind of people. Because sport before now has been going down somehow in Ogun State. So we're trying to bring it back to fore, so that the youth and people will see it as an avenue. Because when you look at the history of how people have impacted so far in sport, in the past, and even what we're doing now, we want to try to do things that will inspire people, especially the young ones, to come back into that. We have facilities, but are we using them? And if you want to use them, you can't just go to town and start asking people to come and do it. You do something that will inspire them, that will motivate them, that will bring them back into that sector. So that is exactly what we're trying to do.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so happy that you are thinking like this. It is not often that you hear such talk about extending the benefits of sport beyond the sport itself. But let us look at the sport itself in Ogun State. You just mentioned in passing that sport was on the southward slide. It was going down in Ogun State. How prepared is Ogun State in the area of sports, the state itself? Because we are talking to our people in Ogun State.
Yes.
How prepared are we to participate in this champion? I'm talking of the athletes now.
We have
in your own estimation, you're our commissioner now.
Yes, sir.
You've been going around to see our boys and so on and so forth. So how prepared are we? Should we be expecting, for example, a horde of medals, Ogun State to win the festival? Or are we going to be realistic?
Well, if we are to be both realistic and based on what is on ground, we are confident that our athletes will not just represent us; they are going to represent us very, very well. And I'm proud of what is on ground now. When you get to our training camps, the way they are doing. In fact, yesterday we went to a particular camp where the cricket team were practicing. We're expecting to meet like few numbers of people, the athletes, but on their own, they brought in people so that apart from just training between themselves, they were competing.
Wow.
Within themselves. So that it will not just be that we camp them somewhere, they're just training, we are not exposing them to competitive games or things like that. So a lot is going on like that. And I believe, of course, sir, sir, this is Ogun State. So
but the surprise is that of all the sports, you mentioned cricket. We are not generally Nigeria. I'm not talking of Ogun State.
Yes.
Generally, Nigeria is not known as a strong cricket country. So in Ogun State, which one are we very strong at? Really. And this is genuine. I'm asking you genuinely now. I'm just thinking, what sport are we really strong at? Our football used to be very strong in those days. Now, don't even mention it, please, Commissioner.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. When you say we are not too strong at anything, I don't believe that.
No, I didn't say so. I'm just asking generally.
Yes,
which ones are we strong?
I just also want to answer it generally. I'm going to competition with 32 team to represent 32 sports because we are participating in all.
Okay, in all the 32 sports.
But if I sit here honestly as the commissioner that is leading all of them and tell them that I'm prioritizing this one, I'm giving value to this one, I'm giving this one.
You are a politician.
Honestly, before we start the game already, I've told some people that just go there because the commissioner doesn't even believe in us.
I can say, you will still answer the question, but I can tell you that our lawn tennis team, our tennis team is very, very strong because I see them often. I see them. I've played with them. You know, we are strong in
our
tennis.
golfers too are not bad.
Okay, our golfers. Okay.
They are also not bad.
Okay.
You have so many of them like that.
Okay, so people should be hopeful. That we are not just going to.
Even in that cricket team they are talking about, we have national player in a camp now.
Okay.
And region of Ogun State.
Okay.
So, and that's the reason why we are not exposing them too much.
No, you see, Ogun State is known for, we produce athletes across the whole spectrum of sports. No matter the sport, Ogun State produces athletes. We are everywhere. You know, you will find us everywhere, so we know that.
Even in the junior game that we went for last year, one of our children, a young lady, set a new record in shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Last year in Asaba.
I must confess, I don't even know anything about shooting. I've seen it on TV, but I don't know anything about it. But now just talking about the junior players, I hear that we are introducing a new element to the games, that there will be junior participation or participation of juniors in the games. How is that? I just heard this morning during the promo.
Yes, I think that's a new system that was introduced by the present management of Sport Commission, and of course at a meeting they convinced us, and we all found out that it's a very good system because we are trying to now have continuity. We don't want them to just go to the junior game, and we don't even see them after that, to encourage them, to inspire them, so that once you know that when I perform very well at the junior level, I can still be part of the senior team. I think that is the reason why they're trying to introduce it.
I know you visited here before, but what was the experience coming here to Wasimi? What do you think of this beautiful, ancient small village?
Yes, Wasimi is a good place, and of course when we're coming, we see the environment cool, calm, and
okay. Well done. This is 90 Minutes with Mathematical. The big question that so many people have been asking me, particularly at Abeokuta Sports Club, is how do we watch the games? There are 32 different sports. That means, there could be so many venues in Ikene, in Abeokuta, and, there are different sports. How do they watch? Is it free of charge? Is there, a schedule of games and venues and times? And when they go there, how do they enter, opening ceremony, closing ceremony? Is it just open to the public? Those are the questions that people are asking. Maybe you just take a few minutes to go through them, one by one.
Well, thank you very much, sir. All the events will be televised, one. And for the people that want to come and watch it, it's free. It's free of charge.
Okay.
It's free of charge because, it's a game that we are bringing to the state. Of course, of course, from the documentary I heard when I came in, you could see that the purpose is to bring people together, to unite people, to unite Nigerians and things like that. So it's free, and the schedule of the games and the time and everything will be released very soon. But because the registration of the athlete is ongoing, so it is after finishing that we now use that one to now do the timing, because you want to know the number of people that will participate in this game, how many minutes or hours are you allocating to it. That will be happening in the next couple of days. So immediately after that will be released to the general public.
So you can just get up, go to a venue and watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Sit anywhere.
Exactly.
Okay. Opening and closing ceremonies, what happens?
Opening and closing ceremony will happen in the MKO International Stadium. It's free.
Do people have any invitation? Is there any invitation or people can just go there?
People can just come in, definitely. But some of our dignitaries will be invited on a special.
There are certain sections that.
Yes. But it's open to all Nigerians. Don't let me say Ogun State indigenous alone. It's a national sport festival. It's open to everybody.
Okay, we have minimum 15,000 people minimum that we are sure of who will come to Abeokuta and Ikene, mostly those two centers.
Yes.
Beyond the sport that they are going to watch at the stadium and so on, what are they going to be doing in Ogun State? What are they going to be beyond just watching it? What is there in Ogun State for them to see? When you go to a festival such as this, there's a lot of entertainment. There are sites to go and visit. There are places to see, people to meet. Is the state government planning anything, to take people to know and to see Ogun State, Abeokuta, and Ekene? When you come, what would you see?
Thank you. Maybe I should start by answer from where you stop, because you've mentioned almost everything that I would mentioned.
Go ahead.
When you go to events like that, you want to go out to meet new places, to do things like that. And you see, we have Ministry of Culture and Tourism in Ogun State.
Yeah.
There's Ministry of Sport Development. These things, we are doing it together, all of us. Every ministry, agencies, department, all of them are concentrating on the area that they are handling. Fantastic. Ministry of Culture and Tourism is in charge of that, and I know they have a fantastic plan to ensure that there will never be a dull moment for anybody. So they are handling that, and with the projection of what I saw that they presented to us a few days ago, I can assure you that the people that will come, both the athletes and the officials, will enjoy staying in Ogun State.
It's going to be spectacular.
I can tell you.
Because I know that culturally, this is one of the most enriched, endowed states in terms of culture. In terms of tradition, too, is the same thing.
Exactly.
And we have our monuments all over the place. We have, Olumo Rock. There's this place in Ijebu or Ijebu or something like this.
Something Oshungbo.
There's this place that I'm praying, I'm looking forward to going in that Ijebu axis, where they said the Queen of Sheba or something. I know the PS knows all those things. There are places that we would like to go. And in Abeokuta, I'm not asking questions. We are planning. For example, even here in Wasimi, we are planning 2 weeks of entertainment every evening in our bamboo garden, the Eagle 7 bamboo garden. When we finish, I'll just show you a little of it, so that when people come, they want to relax, they can come. And music, dance, magic, little bits and pieces of everything will be available. So I know in Abeokuta too, we'll be planning something. So we don't need to integrate it with what you are doing.
Well, thank you. You don't need to integrate it, but because you understand, you know how things like this are done. This thing is not something that, and that's why we want to keep telling people that we are not saying the festival is by and for government alone. It's for the people of Ogun State, and they should take possession of it, and that is what we are doing.
Exactly.
It is not something that you can say that it's only government.
You should repeat that to the people of Ogun State to know that it is not that they will come and be watching government.
Exactly.
This is a time that they should be creative and start to do things and put things in place.
Exactly.
But let them hear it from you.
Yes, honestly, because this is like even for the athletes, we keep telling them that this is a platform for you to exhibit that talent that you have. Because you have this thing, and what we believe lacks is, where do I expose it? Where do people see me? But this is a platform for you. Don't believe that you are competing for the state. Believe that you are competing for yourself. Because this is from where people will see you, and before you know it, you are outside the country. So go in there, put in your best, and even for the people of Ogun State, especially our market women, the Toku people, somebody may just come to and buy a dere or something. And in the process, you start discussion, and before you know it, because the person becomes your sales agent outside Ogun State. It's a platform with so many opportunities. So that is, of course, thank you very much. And I believe that with what you just said, a lot of people want to replicate or do something like that to make sure that the festival is across the state, not just in the sporting venue alone, everywhere.
They were trying to reach you yesterday. Do you know who was trying to reach you yesterday? We have one of the most important figures in the whole of Africa, resident in Abeokuta, a man who is respected all over the world, and I'm talking of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. He was looking for you yesterday. I don't know if they have contacted you.
Not yet, sir.
But they are trying to contact you because he now wants to be an integral part of the festival. He is in town. And of course, who would not want to meet with him, to sit with him, to, to hear him speak and something like that. They were trying to get in touch with you. By the time we finish, I would give you the information.
I'm eagerly waiting for it, sir.
Papa Obasanjo is waiting for Nigerians to come.
Okay.
And he will be willing to receive them. They can see him and so on and so forth. So that's just a bonus.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's just a bonus. So I was going to say that, yes, this is important. You've mentioned it before. Safety is key. Safety is critical to a competition such as this when you have a huge number of people coming in. In 2006, the athletes were camped everywhere, all over the place, in secondary schools. And it was a nightmare to provide security. What is the arrangement this time around for all the athletes coming? Where are they going to stay? All the officials coming, where are they going to stay? How are we going to provide security in these challenging times?
Thank you. And I think we are now getting some things.
Just a minute, sir.
Okay.
You just put that question in mind. Hello? Hello? It's gone. I haven't called for telephone calls yet, but they can start to come now. The commissioner will answer that question. The calls can start to come now. We will go in on a short break. When we come back, we will start to interact with the public fully. Let me see again if we have a call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you, Big Sheg.
Yes.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, sir.
Your name and where you are calling from?
Yes, Big Sheg, my name is Hakim Akitunde, a former SWAN chairman in Ogun State, immediate past SWAN chairman in Ogun State.
How are you doing?
And
The Lord be with you.
Amen, amen.
Good morning.
Big Sheg, I want to thank you for bringing the commissioner on. Commissioner, we are close to you and we know about the preparations and we pray that everything will come out successfully.
Amen.
Well, Big Sheg will not be too surprised. I'll be speaking on behalf of my constituency, Big Sheg and Mr. Commissioner. Yes, first of all, looking at all the preparations, we are still full of palpable tension, talking about 4 journalists. We know what we have to do for the organizers and the ministry to bring us on board, and we are working together. But as I speak, my colleagues are worried, where will the media center be? That is number one. Number two, Big Sheg, as a big patron and member of SWAN, which you are, I know, you know that at times like this kind of games leverage on so many parts. For example, facilities will never remain the same again in Ogun State after the games. Probably hotels too and business centers will never remain the same again in Ogun State because of the positiveness of what this kind of games bring. We've been to so many states, we know how to be. So I want to, this is Ogun Standard. Mr. Commissioner, sir, a whole lot of sport journalists will throng Ogun State. Believe you me, they will come to Ogun State with buses, SWAN buses that they have. And I can tell you that if you bring 20 SWAN chapters together and ask them how they came about their buses, they will tell you the state government gave them. Honorable Commissioner, I'm begging, I'm pleading. There is no better time to give Ogun SWAN a bus than now that we are hosting the sports festival. If you did not help us and this opportunity slipped, I don't know what excuse we will have to plead to the government and Mr. Governor that we need and deserve a boss. Lastly, Honorable Commissioner, let the SWAN Secretariat also leverage on this game by helping us to give it a facelift so that we will know that this is one of the benefits of the games after the game, and SWAN will ever remain grateful. Thank you very much.
Let me say, Akim, that you have been a great salesman for SWAN in Ogun State and the media generally. And for you to have come publicly to appeal to the commission, I wish it were the governor that was here. I can promise that the governor would just have said, you have it, you have it. But it is the commissioner. He cannot say you have it. But I'm sure he will pass his message on. So, well, the media. What are the arrangements for the media? And our Ogun State people, we need to take care of them so that they can be great advertising for Ogun State. Your thoughts?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Akintunde. Thank you for the questions and some of the suggestions. Well, we've been on this thing, we've been discussing, and even 3 days ago, the SWAN chairman, even Mr. Biodun Alabi, and a host of so many others, even from outside the state, they mentioned this thing, and we had an agreement. And in terms of where the journalists will be for the festival, there's an arrangement for that. And I believe Mr. Kunle Sholaja, who I believe you know very well, is the chairman of Committee on Media and Publicity. He's handling it. He's one of you, and I want to believe that he will not want to do something that will not project him as your good representative. So I don't think we are going to have any issue on that. Well, on the issue of SWAN Boss, we've been on it, and I'm so sure that, putting it publicly like this will not be bad, but I'm sure we have an agreement on it, and there's an understanding. In fact, I'm sure the SWAN chairman too is aware. So don't let me say much about that, but I'll pass a message across. Thank you very much.
The man was putting you on the spot, and you're a politician. Well, Akintunde, don't worry, we would deal with that issue, but you are absolutely right that this is an opportunity to project the image of Ogun State very well, and how SWAN Ogun State looks when all these other SWAN teams come into town matters a lot. You will need to take them around, you need to do this, do that. I'm sure that issue would be resolved. And you just heard the commissioner. So let's go back to that, my question. So about where, all these athletes will stay compared to where they stayed before, which was in several schools, difficult at that time. Now I hear there's a new arrangement.
The new arrangement is that we are going to put everybody in one location, and that is Babcock University. One, for the purpose of working in line with the people, of course, from the documentary before the program, that it was established to integrate and bring Nigerians together for cross this thing, to be together. So because of that, all of them will be in one location, which is Babcock University. And for security, I want to believe we have a very good arrangement. We have a very good system. We have a committee that is working on it, headed by somebody that I believe is a professional in line and that can do the job, because I don't know much about it. As a matter of fact, whenever we are having meeting, when it gets to security situation, we just ask them to just paraphrase something for us, because we don't want them to release the details, at least for now, because they relate directly with the governor, and I believe they are very fine. There won't be a problem. However, another thing is, people like you, sir, and media, we need to come on and assist, because security is not something that is not like every other thing. It's something that all of us need to involve. Whether you are part of the system, the part of the game, or anything. So, but with all of us coming together, I want to believe that will not have cause to have any regrets in that area by the grace of God.
Yeah, well, if you are listening to us, this is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, and we are reaching you from the little village of Wasimi in Ogun State. 90 minutes with mathematical. My very special guest today is the Commissioner for Youth and Sports of Ogun State, Honorable Wasiu Isiaka. How's GNI? My brother, my friend.
It's fine.
Okay, very good, very good. One big concern. Somebody called me from the US yesterday when they heard that you were going to be on the program. And they said, after 2006, Ogun State ended up with serious gains in terms of sports facilities. Serious gains. He said, if you go to Dipo Dino Stadium in Ijebu-Ode today, that you would weep. Don't let me go further than that. After games, usually, one of two things would happen. One of two things would happen. Either that the state would now start to make use of this enhanced, expanded, improved facility, or they would just allow the facilities to die. So are there plans for the after the games culture of everything you are doing now? We have fantastic tennis facilities in place. Hello.
Hello.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please tell us. Please repeat that so that we hear you clearly. Please repeat that so we hear you clearly.
What are you about the back entrance of the stadium? I'm talking of Laparu Road and Ijebu Road.
Please just take that question again, but reintroduce yourself slowly so we can hear your name clearly and where you are calling from. Good.
I'm Kale. I'm not saying the land.
Very good.
Commissioner, what are you doing about the rear entrance of the stadium? I'm talking of Laparu Road.
What is wrong with the rear entrance of the stadium? What's wrong with the rear area of the stadium? Okay.
But you can't tell the visitors not to pass that road. We hope you should do something about it before.
Okay, Prince. Thank you, Prince. Maybe you just want to answer that quickly. The back entrance to the MP Abiola International Stadium, that beautiful stadium that is coming up now.
Yes.
Somebody says the back entrance, that road is not good at all. What are you doing about it?
We are working on it. And you see, let me also use this opportunity, since he has introduced that this thing, to urge and appeal to the people of that area that, you see, when government puts facility in place, we should not just see it as something that we cannot manage. You see, one thing is for government to bring something to your area. Another thing is for you to see it as something that belongs to you.
And use it well.
And use it well. If you get to that side that you just mentioned, you won't like what people are doing. That they've turned the whole place to dumping site, dumping all manners of things. We pack revels there almost every month. We go there, we appeal to them, we do everything to them. So if we are talking of government doing something about the road, about something from your own side too, please.
Public responsibility.
Yes, please try and do something about it. Yes, the area. Of course, that was where, I told you that we went to the cricket camp yesterday. Yes, of course, that was the road we went through.
Yes.
We saw some areas there that when visitors are coming, and of course, we went with Commissioner for works. So, and of course, they saw everything. So, I want to believe that those areas that need some this thing, they will do something about them. Of course, towards MKO Abiola Road to the stadium.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Coach Olutoye calling, the PRO of coaches, Nigerian Football Coaches Association.
Fantastic. Well done, Coach. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Firstly, I want to appreciate the Commissioner of Sport. I want to appreciate your effort. I want to appreciate everything that you have been doing.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to quickly mention one or two things. And that is, sir, immediately after the National Sports Festival, I want you, sir, to put all machinery in place so that the stadium will not be turned to an abandoned project as well. Because I remember some years ago when we had the National Sports Festival, the place was lively. Along the line, some things happened and it became an abandoned project as well. So please, I want to encourage and also give this suggestion that each of the associations that are concerned or that have their all around that side to maintain and see to everything around there. Now, secondly, sir, I want to talk about the Nigerian Football Coaches Association. Your office several times.
Your line is breaking. Your line is breaking. We can't hear you anymore. So he will just take that question. He will just take that your first question because we can't hear you. I see that people are calling my personal line over and over again. Call the line of the radio station. It's 0700 2255 1037 to reach me. 081 27 82 8497. Please call those numbers, not my personal number. So, Coach asked a very pertinent question there, which was what I asked before about taking care of facilities after the game. But before you answer that, let's take this call and okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Coach. And of course, I noted it because you said somebody called you from America or something. Yes. When you get to most of those, most of the facilities, what you see there, and that is the reason why, if people want to appreciate what this government has been able to do in these facilities, you need to compare it with what we met on ground when we got there. And that is the reason why this time around, we are coming up with a system that will ensure that the facilities are not just there, but they are being effectively used. That is what we want to do. And to do that, we know that what the first thing is to bring out the system that will ensure that people are using it. And that is the reason why we are coming up immediately after the festival with a committee that will be in charge of the grassroots and sport development, and yes, we have agencies and ministries that are in charge of most of these things. We have some that is in charge of secondary school sport, one is in charge of grassroots sport, but we feel that we need to bring all of them together because this tendency for every competition between agencies that are working for the same government and the same people, we want to try and eliminate it. Once we're able to do that, we now have a system that once you bring a proposal or you bring a competition to the state, all the agencies will come together because all of them will be in a committee where all of them will be members, because unlike now that maybe somebody wants to do a secondary school competition, one ministry will be saying, no, I'm the one in charge of school sports. Somebody will say I'm in charge of so that we want to make sure we eliminate that rivalry. And the reason for that is this: we don't want our children to just be discovered. We want them to be discovered, trained, exposed, and not sure to the level where we can project them to represent us. We want to ensure that we have a system that will be producing these athletes from time to time. Not that anytime we want to go to competition, we start looking around, looking to where do we get these persons. Yeah, exactly. So we know we have them, but what we believe is lacking, and the government is trying to bring back, is a system that will ensure that we put all of them in a pool that we can be taking them out and to the benefit of all of us. Now, for the facilities and the system that we're trying to put in place to ensure that they are not just been abandoned after the festival. We have a plan in place to ensure that after the festival, we give those things to people that understand their management. I want to give a particular one, which we all know that it's not something you can just give to anybody, and that's a swimming pool. Swimming pool is not something you can give to somebody to just manage, because management of swimming pool is not just about putting water into it.
It's very technical.
Exactly.
And you need an expert.
You need an expert because you see, when you use the water today, tomorrow, when somebody wants to use it the next day, you must ensure that the water the person is entering the third day has no thing. It has been cleaned, treated, and the level that is as if it's still new water. So because of that, we are trying to put system in place that will ensure that is happening. Now, let me go to the field, the track, the Titan track in MKO Abiola Stadium. We'll be having an international competition there in July.
Wow.
Yes, under 17, under 18 and 20 CAA championship.
Wow, that's fantastic.
You know, and we have so many of them like that because those things are new, and we will not want it to just be something that people. And that was why I said when we started that we are not just putting those things in place for this first festival only. We want to put it there for the people to be used, the good people of Ogun State and outsider. You know, by the time we put that in there, the people that are coming from all over Africa to Abeokuta in July to come and use that facility, you can imagine the economic effect that will still have again in Ogun State. We are already having, we are already in discussion with a particular company concerning the swimming pool, you know, but we don't want to rush at it. We want to make sure that we have so many opportunities, open it up to a lot of people so that at the end of the day, what we are going to do there will be something that we can proudly tell the good people of Ogun State, yes, this is objectively done. That was what was on ground then, the best that we can give them, and that is what we are trying to do. So this time around, it's not going to be, we're not going to put something that we will not be able to maintain or for the people of Ogun State after the festival.
Very good. Good news. That is good music to my ears. I want to hear another good music. So I want to discuss this one that is very, very close to my heart. Because when you talk of sport belongs to the youth. It is the youth that do sports. The older ones can do exercise and physical activity and all those things. But sport, the competitive sport, is done by the youth. And we have a perfect opportunity now to engage the youth of Ogun State in what is going on now. I don't know. I'm not asking a question. I'm just passing a remark that you can also remark on. Are we making any effort to bring in school children, young school children, to just come and drink inspiration from just looking at all these young people compete? Is there any such plan to bring young people to come and watch? Organized to come and watch? If there is, maybe we should start thinking of it.
There's a plan for that. We have a mobilization committee, and that is what they are working on. You know, I mentioned it that we are trying to. We believe that this thing is to inspire these young children into sport. You know, and I want to believe that immediately after the sport festival, the thing you'll be seeing mostly in our communities, in our fields, you'll be seeing children running, playing football, and things like that. And that is what this government is trying to do. Because we know that there are a lot of things in town now because of even the security situation and things like that. We're just looking at bringing something that will begin to change their mind into something positive, you know. And of course, you know that they said this popular saying that an idle hand is
the devil's workshop.
Exactly. So what we are trying to do, and you know, I just mentioned the fact that we are coming up with a committee that will be in charge of grassroots and school sports development. You know, it is because we are trying to bring those things into together to ensure that we have the benefit of, because this is like a means to an end. You know, the end at the end of the day is to establish a very solid sports and sporting development in Ogun State. So bringing those children into, most of the sports will happen in some schools.
Okay.
Yes.
Some sports will take place in some schools.
Yes. Like boxing and combat sport generally will happen in the Navy Secondary School.
Wow.
Some in Abeokuta Grammar School and I think Baptist Boys High School.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
Yes. We try
That's taking sports to the grassroots, to the people.
Exactly. You know, so things like that will happen, and even in the areas that we are taking this thing to, we are going to ensure that those children. That is what the mobilization committee is working on.
This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio. Once again, we are reaching you from our frequency 103.7 FM in Wasimi in Abeokuta. My guest is Mr. Honorable Wasiu Isiaka. Honorable, yeah, honorable, not Mr. Honorable. There's something that came out of the 2006 festival. An economy was developed in Ogun State, in Abeokuta. I know of Abeokuta. I also know in Ijebu an economy. It is both a sports and a night economy. If you went to the Dipo Dino Stadium after the games for like a year, it was a beehive of activity. If you went to the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta after the games for several years, it was a melting pot of activity. People will come from different parts. I also got there. I had been there one day at about 12 midnight. I was coming in from Lagos and I just saw lights and cars and I went in there and you could not believe the social activity that was going on there. It was an economy that developed after the games. Are we thinking of utilizing what we are doing in the MKO Abiola Stadium now, which is a huge, beautiful edifice that we hold sports occasionally, but all the other times it should be holding activities, other activities, not just sports? Your thoughts? I don't know if we are thinking it.
Well,
develop an economy. You mentioned swimming. Swimming is one of it. You are on that track. But the MKO Abiola Stadium.
Thank you very much, sir. You agree with me that that thing, the thing you just mentioned, was cancelled by a government.
Yes.
And
ill-advisedly.
Well, you may think so. You may think so because sometimes when we came on board, we attempted returning it too. But you see, we just don't look at the one side of
there were problems. You could have solved the problems rather than cancel the economy. That's our own position. Stadium,
yes.
We are not having an argument. You see, when you build a stadium, take the Amsterdam Arena, for example. The Amsterdam Arena in Amsterdam, the city of Amsterdam. The stadium is the biggest contributor to the economy of Amsterdam. That stadium, it is owned by a football club called Ajax. Ajax, they play football there once every 2 weeks. Only once every 2 weeks when they play their home game. That's the only time the football club uses it for football. But that stadium complex does not sleep. It is operating 24 hours a day, 8 days a week, not 7 days a week. 8 days a week the stadium is operating. And everything that it is doing is not sport. It is an economy that runs the city of Amsterdam itself. So we are saying there are bad parts to what happened after 2006. But that was an economy that was cancelled totally because they saw some bad issues that they could have handled well. A stadium needs to be engaged 24/7.
we are engaging it, and then people are there. Most of these things are happening there. But you see, and that was what I was trying to explain. At times, the security report goes to these chief executive officers, and you see, when they see it, the one we are talking about, I don't want to mention some things here. It's under my ministry. You see, okay. when one aspect of youth problem starts, I don't want to mention some things. We know where they may likely want to use as their base. And
okay.
we don't want
see what you mean.
Yes, and we don't want to say because we are trying to introduce something and create another problem, create a bigger problem. Okay. And when something has to do with life, you need to be careful about it. Not that we are not interested in it, not that we don't see it, not that we don't see that it can add to, of course, what we are talking about. But at the same time, government needs to be, as a responsible government, the first thing is
the pros and
exactly,
the cons, and
you protect the life of your citizens first.
Okay.
So that is one, sir. Another thing again is that when you get to the MKO Stadium now, that time, the time you mentioned, it was only that main bowl that is there. So you have a lot of land. But here, there now, we have the main bowl, we have a Abula court, we have swimming pool, we have a handball court, we have tennis court, there's cricket there, there is five-a-side.
Wow.
So
an economy will develop on its own.
Exactly. So the whole of that place, we may ensure that, even with that, we are still looking at creating a section for social activities and at least for social area, the sport section.
Okay. Let me know about the social area. I'm interested.
Yes, there's a place that, of course, you have some, and there are even some things that cannot go into a sporting area now, like stadium. Even if you want to sell drink, you can't sell drink in bottle. There are so many things, and because of those things that we're putting there, and expecting international people, investors and things like that to come there, we will make sure that we play the game according to the rule. So because of that, there are some things that may not likely happen in that complex any longer.
2006 was an economic success for Ogun State. Most of it was funded by the private sector, because I was a part of it. So, the figures that they gave us, a lot of private sector support came in. Are we getting that kind of support now, or is the national economy affecting us in funding, the games and the facilities and infrastructure? Things are hard, though.
Both.
Okay.
Both, yes.
Okay.
Because we unveiled one of our major sponsors some months back, but I'm not too sure it's as expected because of economy, but because of the love the government of the day are for the youth generally, the passion of the governor for youth development. That is the reason why we are going, because in this kind of economy, except you have a government that is passionate about youth development, this kind of thing may not be one of the things they will consider. But when you look at the positive effect of it on youth development, you can always see that. Of course, you are in sport and you understand what I mean by that very well. So
I want to commend you. I didn't hear your name in sports. I don't know if you have any background in sport at all. All of us have background, but I didn't hear your name in sports. So how have you found sports generally, handling that ministry? Did you do sports yourself?
Yes. I played handball when I was in secondary school.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, that's a great game. Oh, that's a great. Nigeria was world champions at the time.
Yes.
In handball.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Let me give grace to Almighty God, and very special thanks to my governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, for.
Did he play any sport himself? I would like to know. One day I will interview him.
Of course.
Which sport did he play? I'm putting the governor on the spot. No, don't answer that question. When I see him, I will ask him.
Okay, I think it's better. Well, thank you. You see, what I see in sport is that it's like a community on its own. You know, the people that are there, immediately you are there, they welcome you. And once they see your passion, that I think this person wants to learn this thing, this person wants to be one of us, they open up to you. And it's a sector that gives you the opportunity of using your initiative, of using your brain, of bringing in so many initiatives. And people are always there to help you, to assist you from time to time. You know, because I think one of the things that is working for us is the fact that we are very open. You know, we operate open door, asking people to come, bring in your idea. When you say you want to discuss something with us, you bring the proposal, you sit down together, we just look at it. Okay, what if you do it like this and things like that? Even in some of the things that is happening in the stadium, you know, that is from the private sector, from the private outsider. Another thing is when you have a leader, a governor, a boss, you know, that is equally, that believes in what you are bringing and is ready to guide you, to give you assistance.
Every time you mention his name, a smile comes on your face.
Yes. Honestly, that is the truth. Because you know when you are working with somebody that you are not in the same page, you know, you'll be having problem. But you know, you are working with somebody that immediately you bring it, say, okay, sit down. Okay, no, don't do this one like this. No, okay, do this one. Go and look at page 8 of this book. Put this one, do this one. You know, when you come out, you feel you have that joy. Yes.
And all that.
You know, you have joy. You have that encouragement to just go on, you know. When you think of something, you quickly go to him, sir, this one, what we do it like this? No. This one cannot work. Put this one, do this one. With that one, you know, you could just continue to go. You know, the thing that the competition that is coming in July, you know, immediately we inform the governor and that we need to do this and this. His Excellency put call across to the person concerned immediately. You know, and when I came out, I told people that, oh, this thing is done. It's done.
I like that. You know, I've always had a dream about Ogun State and its potential to be the citadel of sports in Nigeria. I've always had that dream. And, well, one day we will share it. So as we start our countdown, this is 90 Minutes with Mathematical. And my guest again is Honorable Wasiu Isiaka, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports of Ogun State. We've been discussing the National Sports Festival Gateway Games 2024. 2024, not 2025, but 2024.
2024, sir.
So, what kind of music do you like? I want to challenge my people before we go. Finally, they will play you one song that you'll be singing when you enter your car and start to drive away. What song do you want? Ini, you will get it for him before we finish. What song? I played Flavor earlier. Me, I like Wizkid's music. I like Davido's music. I like Olamide's music because he sang one for me. You know. So, what kind of music do you like?
I'm a local boy. I like Wasiu Ayinde.
Okay. I'm sure my people will do justice. Ini, do justice. So, your final thoughts on the games. I give you an opportunity. We can't take any more calls. We have run out of time, but I want to thank all those that called in. It's been a wonderful, almost over 1 hour we've been at this conversation. You may have final things you want to say about the games that I have not asked you. Well, yes, okay. And I hear that we have a theme song already. I will accuse you. You see the cap I'm wearing. See the one you are wearing. Before you came in here, you should have given me one of those ones. So before you go, I want one of those caps so that I can also brand. I can be a brand ambassador of the games.
You have to, sir. You have to.
Okay.
You have to.
Okay. I hear we have a theme song for the games.
Yes.
Has it been released?
Oh, yes. It's been launched. Both the theme song, the mascot, and the...
Do we have it? Can we play it?
We have it.
Okay, if we have it, Ini, if you can collect it and play it before we go, that will be our closing song for today. But your own final thoughts as we start to round off everything about the championship, things about the games, things that I have not asked you. that we want to let people know, and so on and so forth?
Well, thank you. And once again, anytime we have opportunity like this, we appreciate our people. Both the people that have been calling us, assisting us, and the staff of the Ministry of Sport Development, from the PS, Mr. Lanre Ogunyinka, the acting director in the Sport Council, and of every other staff. And especially again, sir, I would like to thank the governor for his belief and encouragement, and giving us this the task to implement on his behalf. I want to thank him for having that confidence in us. And to the good people of Ogun State, I want to believe that the 22nd edition of the National Sport Festival from Ogun State will be a comprehensive representation of what our state stands for. So we invite the world to join us in this celebration of talent, culture, and unity. We are sport bridge, connection, and inspire greatness. So we welcome everybody. This is our time to shine. The thing belongs to all of us, not just the government, but to everybody in the state, and even the resident of Ogun State, of course, Nigerian. So let us come together to give the good people of Nigerian the best of Ogun State. Thank you and good morning.
Fantastic. We'll play the theme song finally as you go away, but let me use this opportunity to thank your team that came with you, because I see that they were working throughout this show. Your PA, Wasiu Isiaka. Wasiu, your PA, the commissioner's PA. Well done. Well done. And of course, the man who is always by your side. Everywhere we see you, we see him. That's the PAMSEC, Lanre Ogunyinka. A great guy. You know, he's been in the system for so long. We know him very, very well. We know him. So thank you for coming. And Honorable Commissioner, you've been wonderful. It's an opportunity to meet you close up for the first time and to have this great conversation with you. We all look forward to the Gateway Games 2024. And we believe that beyond the games, it is going to be, you know, much brighter and better times for us in Ogun State. The games will help to promote us, to advertise us, to put us economically in a more buoyant position, to help us light up the environment. I'm sure during the games the streets will be all well lit. I see that the government is doing a great job of that now. So convey our best wishes to His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State. Well, that's all from us here today on 90 Minutes with Mathematical. Join me again next week, Saturday, when we'll be doing the countdown to the Gateway Games on our show. It's going to be 1 week before the games, so our countdown will continue next week, Saturday. And until then, bye for now with the theme song of the Gateway Games 2024. Let's have it.